You're watching Drive Depth, where we dive beyond the badge to bring you the stories, the specs, and the soul of every ride that matters. If you're into cars that break rules, set trends, or come back from the dead, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. The Dodge Dart, a name that once roared through American streets in the muscle car era, then made a quiet return in the 2010s as a compact sedan, before vanishing again without much of a goodbye. But now, for 2026, rumors and renderings are hinting at something bold. Something unexpected. Could the Dart be coming back? And if so, what exactly would that look like? Let's start with what we know. Dodge hasn't officially confirmed a 2026 Dart. The model was discontinued in 2016 as Dodge shifted focus to SUVs and muscle cars. But in recent months, renderings of a redesigned Dart have been making waves online. And while they're not official, they're convincing. So let's treat this as what it is. A speculative deep dive into what a 2026 Dodge Dart could be, if Dodge decides to bring the nameplate back. The concept renderings suggest a complete transformation. Instead of a standard compact sedan, this version of the Dart looks like a fusion of coupe, fastback, and crossover. It sits low and wide, with a sloped roofline that screams aerodynamic aggression. Think Peugeot 408, but with unmistakable Dodge DNA, like the wide stance, aggressive front grille, and full-width LED tail light bar that echoes the modern Charger Daytona. Up front, we're seeing bold sculpting around the grille, sharp LED headlamps, and an almost electric car-like smoothness in the facade. Could this mean an EV Dart? It's possible. Stellantis, Dodge's parent company, is going all in on electrification, and a small electric fastback or hybrid Dart would slot nicely below the Hornet in the lineup. On the side profile, these renderings show a clean, modern aesthetic. Strong shoulder lines, big wheels tucked into muscular arches, and blacked-out pillars that give it the floating roof effect. It's sleek, it's sporty, and it looks nothing like the Dart we remember from 2013. Inside, there's less to go on. Most renderings haven't shown the cabin. But if we're dreaming, expect digital everything. A full digital instrument cluster, a large central touchscreen, haptic controls, wireless charging, and maybe even a performance-inspired flat-bottom steering wheel. Materials would likely lean more premium than the last-gen Dart, with leather and Alcantara on higher trims, and contrast stitching to match whatever sporty name Dodge gives this thing. Titans, anyone. Powertrain is another big question mark. If it's electric, expect a single-motor front-wheel drive version with around 200 horsepower, and maybe an AWD dual-motor version pushing closer to 300. If Dodge goes hybrid instead, they might borrow tech from the Alfa Romeo Tonale or even the Jeep Compass 4Z. Either way, efficiency will matter, but so will attitude. This car can't just sip gas or electrons, it needs to have that signature Dodge edge. Now let's talk pricing and positioning. The 2026 Dart, if it follows the renderings, won't compete directly with budget compacts like the Nissan Sentra or Toyota Corolla. It's more likely to be pitched as a performance-styled compact coupe crossover, sitting somewhere between the Honda Civic hatch and something like the Mazda 3 Turbo. Pricing would probably start around $28,000 and stretch into the mid-30s for high trims or electric models. Here's the bigger question, though, should Dodge bring the Dart back at all? On one hand, Dodge is all about performance and attitude, and the Dart was never quite a fit for that image. But today, compact cars aren't just for commuters, they're for young drivers, urban professionals, and anyone who wants style and speed without the bulk of an SUV. A modern Dart, especially one that looks this bold, could carve out a niche Dodge hasn't touched in years. On the other hand, nostalgia can only take a car so far. To make the Dart relevant in 2026, Dodge would need to back up the aggressive looks with serious performance, modern tech, and an identity that feels earned, not borrowed. So will the Dart rise again? For now, it's just speculation. But if Dodge wants to shock the compact market, and give younger buyers a reason to care, it just might be the right time. You've been watching Drive Depth. If you enjoyed this dive into the possible return of the Dart, hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth takes on cars that move the culture, and let us know in the comments, should Dodge bring back the Dart, or let it rest in peace? Until next time, drive smart, drive deep.